whenever they go away from our room or our space, we feel happy. So some people, wherever they go, they spread happiness, and some people, whenever they go. So you must be smiling as I say that, and I'm quoting my guru for that. So there's also research by Boyat says from Case Western Reserve University, who, by the way, offers, if you note down this name and do a Google and go to the free courses in Coursera, you will find a wonderful course on emotional intelligence given by Professor Boyat of Case Western Reserve University, and you can take that. It's a wonderful course because it says of all the competencies that distinguish outstanding managers versus mediocre managers, 81% are related to emotional intelligence. So the good news, however, is something which you need not worry about if you don't have enough, that emotional intelligence is not what you are born with. You can change and develop it at any stage in your life. And this is what developing a good career beyond what you are doing today is about. You see, it has 4 parts. One is higher self-awareness, which means truly understanding what gives you joy, truly understanding what you care about, understanding what has been your past, what has made you feel joyful, what gives you the self-confidence. It's about social awareness. That means understanding others, listening to them deeply, putting ourselves into their shoes, and the very wonderful understanding of the word empathy. See, empathy, according to the world's biggest expert on empathy, Carl Rogers, he said empathy is about putting yourself into other people's shoes. But Swami Chinmayananda made us ask a new question. He said, you know, you can only get into somebody else's shoes if you know how to get out of your own shoes. So, if I still have my shoes on and I'm trying to step into your shoes, I will never get things from your perspective. But when I leave my own worries and concerns and context behind, and then I step into your shoes, then I ask the open-ended question to say, how are you feeling? You see, then I get to see the world through your eyes. That is empathy. And this social awareness of understanding what matters to others, what matters to my community, to my organization, to my team, to understand what are customers and my internal and external customers seeking from me, not just tangibly in what they want, but in the way I should deliver it, which is my service orientation. It is also about being aware of self and aware of the context of the social awareness. How do I manage myself? How do I control my own impulses? How do I create a sense of trust by being predictable and credible in honoring my commitments? And how adaptable I am that if something is not suiting me, I am able to change my viewpoint to manage the situation that I am facing. Or how much achievement orientation I have so that I don't get put off by temporary problems and therefore I take the initiative to do things. Or given the social awareness, then do I have the social skills to engage in developing others, in getting work done from them, influencing them, communicating with them, resolving conflicts, building trust and teamwork, and so on and so forth. So if we can create self-awareness which leads to better self-management, social awareness that gives me the social skills, then I think I can really do a lot to make my career really a career which is not just unidimensional in one way, but which is truly a career which is based on a holistic thinking. Now let's look at like that. You know, some of you may be asking yourself the question, should I be studying further? And if it comes out of the notion that, you know, by studying further, getting an MBA degree or a master's degree, I will jump 2 levels, earn more money, it is therefore to get a good job, a good placement. I think those are the defensive reasons for investing in yourself. The real proactive reasons for investing yourself are, what is the kind of purpose I want to have in my life? How do I transform my life towards a more joyful life? If I have to therefore make a life of purpose, what development needs I have on what do I need to learn? How do I invest in myself so as to know myself better? How do I get a holistic education that develops my own capacity to think and to relate and to learn? Then those questions will help me to really invest in education for the right way. That means invest in higher education for a learning perspective, not from a financial perspective. If you are trying to learn to become better, the earning will come automatically. But if you are trying to ask yourself the question, how can I earn more, then even the learning will not happen. Learning has earning inside, but it first requires the love for really not just ourselves, but learning the love and empathy. When you have love for a cause and you have empathy for others, L for love, E for empathy, then the earning will happen, which is the part of learning. You know, the love for a cause or a subject or a purpose and the empathy of working with others, then the earning will be automatic. But if you put the earning before the love for a cause or earning before the empathy for others, then I think earning first will make the whole process get into the wrong direction. So my question to you is, first ask yourself the question, how do I decide what kind of education I should invest in? Then ask the following question, what can I do to choose between different functional choices that I may be given? So for example, if you join a business school, within a year you have to start determining your career track, which is to say, should I be getting into the marketing and business development role? Should I be getting into the HR and people management role? Should I be getting into the finance and corporate finance, investment banking, that kind of role? Should I be getting into more using technology to leverage technology to make a difference, whether through social media or Web 2.0 or other forms of technology? So how do I lead technology, those kinds of roles, rather than just work in technology? And you may be asking questions of this kind, or why should I get into supply chain, for example? Why should that be important for me? And things like that. Now, of course, there are no ready-made solutions to asking which career track you should start with. And you might actually ask yourself some thoughtful questions to say, how much do I enjoy connecting with people and enabling others to be successful? Now, if you get a lot of joy in facilitating others, in coaching others, in forming bonds with others, in connecting with people, and you are fascinated by how to understand people and get the best out of them, then obviously you are receiving some guidance from your soul that this whole area of people development, people management, people engagement matters to you. On the other hand, if you ask yourself the question, what is it of importance to me, and you find that the words you use are all about influencing others, persuading others, making a difference, then that can be the way. That will lead you to the role of marketing. If, on the other hand, you enjoy getting things done, organizing resources, etc., you may be giving yourself the guidance, I want to be in operations and supply chain. Or if you enjoy raising resources, dealing with facts and figures, analyzing, measuring data, then the world of finance seems to attract you. And on the other hand, if you enjoy some risk-taking innovation and you have the passion to create something, then you are an entrepreneur. So irrespective of where you start and how you begin, it's about enjoying and learning various aspects of business and making a difference to the organization. Because what will matter after 10 years is not which function you start in, but what kind of ideas are you generating, how are you influencing people and getting the best out of them, and how are you creating the right returns on investments. And therefore, you can